Gotten more press over tripping and falling than anyone in the history.
I fell in every single city on the.
In Hollywood, where fame can be fleeting and power often belongs to the few, one young woman defied every expectation. Jennifer Lawrence was not born into privilege or groomed for stardom. She was a small-town girl from Kentucky, raised far from the glittering lights of Los Angeles. Yet within just a few years, she rose from obscurity to become an Oscar-winning actress, the face of billion-dollar franchises, and one of the most influential women in the film industry. Her story is one of meteoric success, but also of scandal, setbacks, and the brutal pressures of fame. How did Jennifer Lawrence transform from an ordinary teenager with a dream into a global icon? And what price did she pay for the spotlight? This is her untold journey. Jennifer Schrader Lawrence was born on August 15, 1990, in Louisville, Kentucky. Her father, Gary, owned a construction company while her mother, Karen, ran a summer camp for children. Growing up with two older brothers, Ben and Blaine, Jennifer was the youngest, and often the boldest, in a household where competition, humor, and resilience were part of daily life. From the start, Jennifer was different. She wasn't the quiet, picture-perfect Southern girl. Instead, she was loud, adventurous, and unafraid to speak her mind. Family and friends often described her as a tomboy, climbing trees, riding horses, and joining in rough games with her brothers. Yet behind her fiery spirit was an inner struggle. She battled severe anxiety as a child. Crowded classrooms made her uneasy, and she sometimes felt like she didn't belong. Acting became her escape. At her mother's summer camp, Jennifer entertained the younger kids with improvised performances, showing a raw talent for holding attention. She loved embodying different characters. It gave her a sense of control and freedom she didn't always feel in real life. By the time she was in middle school, she was already dreaming of becoming an actress. A pivotal moment came. During a family trip to New York City when she was 14, a talent scout noticed her and encouraged her parents to consider professional auditions. Though hesitant at first, her parents eventually agreed. Jennifer would soon trade the horse farm in Kentucky for the uncertain, cutthroat world of Hollywood. When Jennifer Lawrence first arrived in Los Angeles at just 14, she had no professional training, no Hollywood connections, and no safety net. What she did have was relentless determination. Casting directors quickly noticed her natural presence. She didn't seem like a child pretending to act. She came across as raw, authentic, and fearless. Her earliest roles were small but steady. She appeared in commercials and made guest appearances on television shows such as Monk and Medium. Then came her first real break in 2007, a recurring role on The Bill Engvall Show, where she played Lauren Pearson, a rebellious teenager with attitude. While the sitcom never became a cultural hit, it gave Jennifer crucial experience in front of the camera. She won a Young Artist Award for her performance, signaling that Hollywood was beginning to take notice. Jennifer refused to settle for safe roles. In 2008, she appeared in The Burning Plain alongside Charlize Theron, earning praise for her emotional intensity. But it was in 2010, with the gritty independent drama Winter's Bone, that her career exploded. Playing Ree Dolly, a 17-year-old girl fighting to keep her family together in the harsh Ozarks, Jennifer delivered a performance that critics called haunting and unforgettable. The role earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress at just 20 years old, making her one of the youngest nominees in history. Practically overnight, she went from a sitcom teen star to one of the most promising talents in Hollywood. Jennifer Lawrence had announced herself as a force to be reckoned with. After the acclaim of Winter's Bone, Jennifer Lawrence stood at a crossroads. She could remain in the world of independent films, or she could gamble on Hollywood blockbusters. She chose both, and conquered them. In 2011, she stepped into the world of superheroes as Mystique in X-Men First Class. With her striking blue makeup and fierce performance, she proved she could hold her own in a franchise dominated by big names. But this was just the beginning. The real turning point came in 2012. When Jennifer was cast as Katniss Everdeen in The Hunger Games. Adapted from Suzanne Collins' best-selling novels, the series became a cultural juggernaut. As Katniss, Jennifer embodied both strength and vulnerability, a reluctant warrior who became a symbol of rebellion for millions of fans around the world. Overnight, she transformed into a global superstar. The franchise went on to gross more than $3 billion, making her one of the most bankable actresses of her generation. At the same time, Jennifer was proving her dramatic range. In 2013, she reunited with director David O. Russell for Silver Linings Playbook. Her portrayal of Tiffany Maxwell, a grieving young widow battling mental illness, was raw, electric, and unforgettable. At just 22 years old, she won the Academy Award for Best Actress, becoming the second youngest woman ever to claim the honor. Hollywood couldn't get enough. She followed with American Hustle, earning another Oscar nomination, and continued her run in both indie dramas and major franchises. By 2015, Forbes had named her the world's highest-paid actress for 2 consecutive years. Yet what set Jennifer apart wasn't just her talent, it was her relatability. She was unfiltered in interviews, charming audiences with her awkward honesty and quick wit. Who could forget the moment she tripped on the Oscar stage, laughed it off, and turned an embarrassing stumble into one of the most endearing moments in award show history? By her early 20s, Jennifer Lawrence had achieved what most actors spend a lifetime chasing: fame, fortune, critical acclaim, and the devotion of fans worldwide. She was Hollywood's golden girl, but the higher the rise, the greater the fall to come. For Jennifer Lawrence, superstardom brought unimaginable wealth and global recognition, but it also carried the brutal weight of scrutiny. Every relationship, every stumble, every word spoken in an interview was dissected under Hollywood's relentless spotlight. The most painful moment came in 2014, when Jennifer became one of the most high-profile victims of the infamous iCloud hack. Intimate, private photographs were stolen and leaked online, sparking a media firestorm. Jennifer didn't remain silent. She publicly denounced the incident as a sexual violation and condemned the media outlets that spread the images. It was a devastating invasion of privacy, one that left lasting scars, but also revealed her courage in confronting exploitation in the digital age. At the same time, Jennifer became a lightning rod in the fight for gender equality in Hollywood. In 2015, leaked Sony emails revealed that she and Amy Adams were paid significantly less than their male co-stars for American Hustle, despite their equal billing. Jennifer responded with a powerful essay in Lena Dunham's Lenny letter, admitting she had been reluctant to demand fair pay, but vowing to never stay silent again. The piece sparked industry-wide debate and cemented her as a leading voice for women in entertainment. But professionally, not every move was a triumph. In 2016, Passengers, co-starring Chris Pratt, was marketed as a grand space romance but drew criticism for its unsettling premise, with many accusing the film of glamorizing manipulation. A year later, Darren Aronofsky's Mother polarized audiences, earning boos at film festivals and headlines labeling it the most hated movie of the year. For an actress once hailed as Hollywood's golden girl, these misfires signaled cracks in her seemingly unstoppable rise. By 2018, Jennifer made the startling decision to step away from acting altogether. After nearly a decade in the public eye, she confessed she felt overexposed and exhausted. Critics whispered that her reign was ending, that Hollywood had moved on. For a time, it seemed Jennifer Lawrence might fade into the long list of stars who burned too brightly, too quickly. But her story was far from over. After years of living under the relentless glare of fame, Jennifer Lawrence stepped back from Hollywood in the late 2010s. She disappeared from the red carpets, distanced herself from constant press coverage, and chose to focus on her personal life. In 2019, she quietly married art dealer Cook Maroney, embracing a stability she had long craved. By 2022, she had become a mother, an experience she later described as profoundly transformative. When Jennifer returned to acting, it was on her own terms. Her comeback film, Don't Look Up, 2021, wasn't just entertainment. It was a biting political satire about climate change and society's inability to confront crisis. Released on Netflix, the film became one of the platform's most watched titles, proving Jennifer could still draw massive audiences while tackling socially urgent themes. She also began producing, determined to shape her own career rather than be defined by studio contracts or media expectations. At the same time, Jennifer leaned into her role as an advocate. She continued to speak out on pay equality, supported voting initiatives, and lent her voice to humanitarian causes. This reinvention wasn't about abandoning the Jennifer Lawrence audiences loved, the candid, sharp-witted, unapologetic star. It was about evolving. She returned not as Hollywood's overexposed golden girl, but as a woman in control of her craft, her choices, and her future. Jennifer Lawrence's story is more than one of talent and fame. It is a lesson in resilience. From a Kentucky teenager with anxiety to an Oscar-winning actress and global superstar, she proved that authenticity could triumph in an industry built on facades. She became a role model for a new generation, not just for her performances, but for her willingness to speak out on privacy, on gender inequality, on the pressures of celebrity. Her legacy rests not only in billion-dollar franchises like The Hunger Games or her Academy Award-winning roles, but in the way she challenged Hollywood's rules. She showed that a star could be unapologetically herself, awkward, candid, and real, without losing power or influence. Today, Jennifer Lawrence stands as both a symbol of Hollywood glamour and of personal strength. Her journey is proof that authenticity, talent, and resilience can break barriers, even under the blinding lights of fame. Call to action. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold journeys of Hollywood's biggest stars.